Morning world, this is Eddie Estelle from the Mental Mechanics Institute, just bringing you a little midweek mindset shift. Today is March 20th, it's Wednesday morning, so I want to bring you this activity bright and early so we can have a good, last 3 days to end this week on. So I know you all would agree that the world right now is in this interesting place, politically, socially, economically, financially, to where it's a lot to be negative about, and it's really affecting everybody around us, at work, the grocery store, sports, your at-home life. It's a lot to be upset or pissy or just negative about. And I want to give us an activity to sort of shift our perspective around just how many ways there are for you to be negative and you not know it. So I'm going to describe those ways to us that I found on National Institute of Mental Health. And then I want you to think about if any of those ways correlate to you, or maybe you're doing any of these things unknowingly, and then I'm gonna give us an activity at the end of the video so we can shift our mind. But the National Institute of Mental Health was saying that typically what they're finding is in their patients that, typically have this negative outlook on life, that they were the ones who were more likely to suffer from degenerative brain diseases, cardiovascular issues, digestive issues. They're what's the word I'm looking for? Patients that suffer from this negative outlook were a lot more likely to take them longer to heal from very simple illnesses or simple diseases, or I don't want to say disease is not simple, but viruses that they would catch. So I got to looking on the website, and it was breaking down that negativity can affect you in a lot of different ways. And there was actually 10 different types of negativity, and it was very interesting because I went over these with my client this morning, and we were going over it, and it was kind of shocking the way you can be negative and you really don't understand that you are. And I want to read some of these types of negativity. So it's 10 of them. The first one is cynicism, and cynicism is a general distrust of people and their motives. Okay, cynicism, a general distrust of people and their motives. Hostility, unfriendliness towards others, and unwilling to develop relationships. That's hostility. Unfriendliness towards others and unwilling to develop relationships. The third is filtering. That's only noticing the bad in what should be a happy experience and a memory. And I think that's sort of one of the worst ways to be negative, is when you're supposed to be experiencing something that is, happening that's really good to you, and you're only focusing on the negative. The fourth is polarized thinking. That is the belief that if something or someone is not perfect, then they must be horrible. We all know a couple of people like that. 5 is jumping to conclusions, and that is assuming something bad will happen because of circumstances in the present. So that's assuming something bad will happen in the future because of circumstances in the present. That's jumping to conclusions. Number 6 is catastrophizing. And that's the belief that disaster is inevitable. I'm not going to say that word again over again. Let me try it just for kicks. Catastrophizing, the belief that disaster is inevitable. Number 7 is blaming. And that's blaming others for personal maladies and feeling that you are a victim to life's uncontrollable events. I think that's very common in today's world, which is just making yourself a victim unnecessarily in any circumstance, no matter what. Number 8 is emotional reasoning. That's using your emotions to define what is real and what is not. Number 9 is fallacy of change. And that's thinking that if people or circumstances change, then you can be happy. Wow, that's interesting. Okay. And I think that's what a lot of people do too. That's saying, I'm not happy now, but I'm going to be happy once this thing happens. And that thing may never happen. And you're just, basically setting your mind up to never be happy because you're never going to attract that thing or attain that thing. Number 10, last one, is heaven's reward fallacy, which I think is really common as well. It's a type of negativity that assumes there will always be a reward for hard work and sacrifice. And when that reward does not come, you will be bitter and depressed. I'm going to read that again. That's the heaven's reward fallacy. The type of negativity that assumes there will always be a reward for hard work and sacrifice. And when that reward does not come, you become bitter and depressed. That was an interesting list. So that's a lot of ways. That's 10 different types of negativity. I'll try to put those somewhere in the caption below here so you can go over them just to see if any of those are affecting you. But negativity is really like a snowball effect. Metaphorically speaking, I would say that negativity is a disease. It's contagious. Anybody can catch it. If you're around it long enough, you start to subconsciously become negative and start to look at things from that negative lens. If you're around somebody that's negative, if you're negative, if you're talking to somebody that's negative, if you're having negative things happen in your life, it's very easy for that lens that you're looking at the world in to be shifted, and you don't even know it. So what I want us to do, and I'm saying this because I know that financially the world is different. I think gas is probably $54 a gallon. A can of peas is $22. Just breathing a breath of fresh air right now costs you $146. They charging us for everything. So, you know, it's putting us in a very precarious position as far as it's hard to live right now because the world costs just as much as we're making. And it's making us look at everything, you know, sort of cynically. So I understand, but it's also still not an excuse. So we cannot allow the world's climate to affect the way we see the world, because there's beauty and positivity everywhere. What I want you to do is, no matter what, I want you to put a positive spin on everything. If your spouse breaks up with you, I want you to put a positive spin on it. That happened so you can find the person that's supposed to be with, that you're supposed to be with. I said that wrong. If you get a flat tire, hey, just think, hey, okay, I got a flat tire. This situation is saving me from an accident I could have got into a block away. A speeding ticket I probably would have gotten. Another car accident down the road. You get fired from your job. Hey, it's putting you in a position to where now you can focus on starting that business you wanted to start up while you look for another position. You know, if you didn't get a promotion, maybe it's, you know, stopping you from getting that promotion because you were going to put yourself in a position that was a bit have been taken away from you. And now you get to focus on why you wanted that promotion and how you was going to get it. And you can keep it for a little bit longer. It's so many situations that I could, you know, throw out there and examples that I could give you to help you understand that just because something, you know, negative happens to you doesn't mean it's happening for no reason or something bad is going to come up out of it. So I really want us to force ourselves into a positive mindset. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I don't care what happens. I don't care what happens. Put a positive spin on it. If you run out of toilet paper, it happened for a reason. It's a reminder. You know, don't make that mistake again. Keep you some wet wipes in your closet. So I want you all to literally take every single thing that happens in your life and you put a positive spin on it no matter what. If you need to, come back to this post. Come back to this post and comment. You can comment just for the smallest thing, just so you can keep track of it. It doesn't matter. I don't care what you do. But just, I want y'all to really force yourself into this positive thinking mindset. And maybe, just maybe over this next 3 days, you'll start a habit and subconsciously reprogram your mind into positive thinking, because it can't be that bad. It can't always be that bad. And I refuse, no matter what this world is going through socially, economically, financially, politically, whatever, I refuse to not have a good time here. There's so many, you know, fantastic shows on Netflix. We know so many fantastic people. Some of us got great families, great kids. I just got me a dog. I love my dog. So my life is fantastic right now, and I'm not going to allow what's going on in this world to affect me in any way. So I read a quote. It said, I wrote this down too. Be aware of the negative, but focus on the positive. So it's not saying that you just have to dismiss the negative. It's just saying observe it, take account of it, maybe even write down why it happened to you so you don't let it happen again, but only focus on the positive that can come out of it. Okay? Only focus on the positive that can come out of it. I wrote this down too. Attached to nothing but connected to everything. That's got to be us. So Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we're going to be attached to nothing but connected to everything. Positive thinking only. Comment below. If you need to, come back here Sunday. Let me know what happened. Saturday, Sunday, whatever happens, and let me know. To all my fellas, on April the 7th, the Mental Mechanics Institute is hosting the Men's Mindset Level Up on April the 7th from 11:30 to 3:30 Central Standard Time. I think the Eastern Time is 12:30 to 4:30. And you can get tickets on the mentalmechanicsinstitute.com. You can you message me here, whatever you need to. I can post the Eventbrite link in here if I need to. That's the mentalmechanicinstitute.com. That's the men's mindset level up. Our very first men's mindset level up was on April the 7th, 12:30 to 4:30 Eastern Time, 11:30 to 3:30 Central Standard Time. My name's Eddie Estelle. I'm look forward to hearing from y'all on Saturday and Sunday in regards to how these next 3 days went. Y'all have a good day, y'all.